y'all. Good morning, everybody. Where's my glasses? I just set them down here. There they go. I got my swords up on the wall, except for one. Thank you so much. Except for one. I got one sword. Circle Nakamura ain't got no room yet. We gotta find her little thing. I didn't put it somewhere. It might be in my room. I don't know. Yeah, good morning. Now I'm about to see because I'm doing something with these things where everything is not the way it is supposed to be. And I quite haven't figured that out, what I'm doing. As to why everything is not where it used to be, you know. But we're gonna work it out. I could almost do this. Alright, because I've been neglecting YouTube and I gotta quit doing that. But I be trying to look at all the screens. Hey y'all. So y'all got your armor on. I don't know if it's gonna be difficult for y'all or not today. I be trying to go easy on y'all. Good morning, everybody. Guys, Sunshine, Aisha, Vonda. I used to know a lady named Vonda. Lord, I want to turn this off because I don't like it that people can invite themselves to my live. Don't come over here. I don't let people in my live. So, who ready to get beat up on? Raise your hand because I'm going to try to be nice. But, it ain't my words. They not mine. So, yeah, put your stuff on guard, hot tomato. Let's get it popping. Mm-hmm. I broke another nail. I broke this. I don't know what I was doing. Laundry, I think. Whatever. That's why I have to watch over here because TikTok be acting up. They do be acting up. Y'all be acting up too. It just depends on the day. It just depends on the day. All right. So look here. We are going back to sacred text. I'm gonna wait and let everybody get in here because I know how people be acting funny and I hate repeating myself. That's why I be trying to wait a couple minutes. Let me get my cup right. I'm gonna have to make me some more here in a minute. But I'm using my cup. I already know. Looky. Thank you, Kiva. And man, I put some cold orange juice and cranberry juice in here. Then I was like a kid when they get their bottle and they was asleep. You know how when you give your baby their bottle, they be crying, and then you give them their bottle, they go back to sleep. Yes, these lashes is hit. I'm gonna take them off in the morning. Don't worry about it. I mean, like, when I get off here. But I believe in getting all my dollars worth. Yeah. And so this cup, when I was drinking last night, I said, "Oh yeah, this real good. It kept my stuff cold." Listen here, I said, "It ain't got my name on it." Well, come on then. Well, come on. I got some shoes that color. Oh, matter of fact, y'all want a shoe grill? They old, but I'm gonna show y'all anyway. That's why I said if that means in the blanket to match. Y'all don't know one of my favorite pair of shoes that I got is them colors. Ooh, y'all. I used to love wearing these, but look at this. Now tell me that my daddy don't give me special stuff. Y'all see it? This is one of my favorite. I've had these shoes for years too, over 12 years now. But baby, you see that? You see it. Look, so that's why. Thank you. That's why when y'all see stuff here, y'all don't be knowing what it means. Yes, baby. The hell they was CERCA used to put these on. I'm in business. You hear me? And so for me to get a cup that is the same color as one of my favorite pair of heels, because I don't wear turquoise and blue a lot. But baby, you heard me. And I done had these 12 years, and that's all they got. They still got all of it. Because my daddy won't let me outside. Because if he let me outside, baby, what you done say? You got a black and gold pair. I got the black and silvers just like this too. Uh-huh. Yeah. Ain't that crazy? 12, 13 years later, he sent me something to make me. And then I got the blanket. Tasha made the blanket, and Tay and Miss Ida, they all went in on the blanket. And the blanket matched too. I said, Dad, you be doing your baby. And do. He cares about your little stuff. He really do. That's why I be telling y'all to make them thank you lists, because he ain't forgot. Girl, I wouldn't let you outside either. Why? I'm good. I just was outside for 20 days and I did good. I'm proud of myself. I didn't ensnare nobody's son or nothing. And didn't. I was outside for 20 days. 20 whole days, and I didn't use nothing to be doing nothing. I was good. I've been good for a long time, believe it. Oh, now back in the day. Oh yeah, I'm getting a Mr. CERCA now. Hold up now. Wait a minute, Nettie. No. Don't say no, Mr. CERCA, because I'm sure somebody up in here laying next to some biceps and triceps, son. And I'll have my time. Now, hold on. Wait a minute. No, let's not say that. Yeah, I didn't snare nobody, son. Listen here, I was good. That's great. Send me some of Daddy's special prayers. I'm back in the hospital. Yep, I will, Mr. Kent. I want you to go through your medication. I want you to go through all of your medication. And I want you to read the names of all the medication that you take and that even what's on your IV. You hear me? You got some work to do, sir. You need to go through your medicines. You got the tools to heal yourself, and what you be doing with it. Come on. You're not over here all the time for no reason, and you're back in the hospital. So then that means there's some stuff you either need to let go. Come on now. You need to figure out which organ or whatever's going on with you is tied to what emotion or what memory you won't let go of, so that thing that's trying to attach to you can go. They gonna keep you sick. Hopefully your nurse ain't in there when I'm saying this. They gonna keep you sick. If they don't make no money if you don't stay sick. You hear me? That's the only way doctors and nurses and hospitals make money is if you stay sick. So get well. Disease ain't nothing but this. A disease in your mind. So let whatever it is go, or go to the person, tell them you're sorry. The secrets they will eat you. And it don't have to be nothing bad. It might just be something that you held. But as long as you hold that there, that allows certain things to stay in your life. Mm-hmm. Hospitals don't cure you; they prolong your sickness and do. And that's why I don't fool with them if I don't have to. I go when I need to, but for the most part, well, you got to do the work though. It's not gonna rub off. You got to pick it up and use it for yourself. You can't use my sponge to wash your body. You got to use your own. God is giving you the tools. You just have to put them to work. It's already rubbed off. People's lives be changed from the first day they meet me. I promise. And that's not being crazy. It's part of what my name means. So, my real one. Mm-hmm. Life in midnight. My name means life in midnight. Well, I met a lot of y'all in the midnight, a spiritual midnight. If you're in ICU, they say if we can just get them to make it through the midnight, we got a fighting chance. Well, if you make it through CERCA and the things that God allows me to pour into your life and the things you have to extract, you got a fighting chance. And you get a new life. Most people that meet me find a different way of thinking. And that's not being funny. That's why I was talking to y'all about good names. When you're naming your children, you need to be mindful of what you're naming them because it means something. And I didn't find this out until later on in life. And then I look back at my life and said, dang, I always meet people like when they in a crazy situation. But then after I leave their presence, and this is before I knew I was a prophet, I didn't know, but I paid attention to certain things as a young person. For real. Like I'm telling you, I told my best friend when we was young. She kept disrespecting her mom. And I told this story because I be wanting my young people to understand. Be careful of the words that come out of your mouth because I was 13, she was turning 14, and I used to tell her all the time, you need to quit disrespecting your mama like that because um, a disobedient child shorten their days. Well, about 7, 8, 9 months later, she was stabbed to death in a school fight. She died at 14 years old. She laid in a ICU for 2 weeks, and then they took her off the machine. And in 1994, she was buried. You hear me? And so I started to see that there were things that God would have me say. There were places that God would have me go. As a young kid, my ministry started outside of my mama's house for real at like 11 years old. I left home at 11. So at 11, I was living with people just how Jesus has said, foxes have holes and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. I totally understand that. That's, and I might have said it backwards, but I understand. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It might be, I don't know. You gotta ask God, girl, Sandy. I don't know everything. He might be showing you that later on in the flick, that's what you're about to be doing. But then you have to study spiritual warfare, and that needs to be consecration, and a lot comes with that. But you might be having to do it. So then he's going to prepare you and send you all the information that you need to be able to do it, and then send you the discipline that you need to be able to get your body ready because you have to be physically fit to when you're casting out demons. Because if you've ever seen a mentally ill person in the strength, the supernatural strength that they have, that's what that is. So you can't be out of shape trying to cast out on demons. You will be winded and they will wear you out. Promise you. Yeah. Well, then that means that you need to get your wood and get together. Why is you asking me? Now, if you was over here, as much as I love you, I'll pinch you under your meat, under your arm. You just answered your own question, gal. You hooked too, hot tomato. Thought I didn't see it. Y'all answered your own question. Uh, well, then that means you need to study spiritual warfare in depth, and you need to start training your body to eat right, and you need to start working out. Cause, honey, trying to hold somebody down, they got a demon in them ain't easy. I'm trying to tell you. I wean myself off that man-made witchcraft poison. Now I rely on God. Come on, sucker, don't do what? Oh, don't do that. It hurts. That's the point. I used to listen. All of that big tall man I told y'all I used to date for 3 years. I used to pinch the hell out. He'd raise his arm up and it'd be all these bruises under there. And he was black, and they'd be purple. He said, "Don't pinch me." I said, "Stop it. Don't do that." When he got ready to say stuff, I just kindly slide my arm under his and wrap it around and twist like that. You can't talk when you do that. If somebody grab you under that meat and just twist slowly like this between their fingers, it'll freeze your whole body. You can't even talk. And I used to do it to my kids too. I'm not gonna play with you. Stop it. Pinch you. Don't make me pinch you. You want to get pinched? You want me to pinch you? That will silence you instantly. Yeah, I ain't got time. You'll not be screaming. No, don't do it. Cause some people reflex is to punch you, depending on the person. If once they get done and they get over that, you gotta pinch and let go. It'll grip your whole soul, right? So that's why I go and get under there. Yes, I pinch. I don't. Yes, I pinch. Don't play and do And do. Mm-hmm. You gotta know how to handle folks. Grown ones too. You said I'm a run. You gonna have to. You said or grab their ear. Grabbing their ear is good, but then that leave their hands free. See this right here? They immediate response is to take the other hand and try to get your hand out. Cause you ain't about to punch me. I'm trying to tell you. All right, we've been 15 minutes in. Good morning, everybody that's over here. My question to you is 2 questions. You got your pen and paper? Let's go. Come on. So I got to go put my nails back on and do my toes. I'm going to soak my feet today because I didn't do it the other day. Ooh, get them summer ready because you never know what's happening. Now, I do have a question because I got on some other social media and I saw that everybody is talking about this whole Facebook, Instagram, lot of not working, right? Do y'all remember? And I'm saying this a lot because if you're new here, I need you to know you need to be going to the Goodwill, used bookstores, and you need to get stuff in your house that is going to keep you from going crazy because they have gotten everybody so used to being entertained that when this TV, thank you, when this TV, they go in the dark too. When this TV and internet goes off, if you haven't trained your mind to do something else besides see, you're gonna go nuts. So you need to get books, you need to get puzzles, paint, colors, things that don't need electricity. So where if you got to do it 6 hours a day because you can't leave your house and there's no TV or internet, you can be entertained. We bought portable DVD players, the old school ones from the early 2000s, 1999, that you can plug in, recharge, and you need to get DVDs. Because we've been talking about the internet going down and the grid and all of that for a very long time, and it's happening. You're going to need to keep your children entertained or they're going to get into mischief. And at this time, it could cost them their life depending on the situation of what's going on. Okay? So if you love your children, if you love your husband, your teenagers that's used to having this all day, you'll get some things that they can, what do you call it? That they can do. Now, while there is electricity, I think it was Jace that said that for their PS5s, they can, before whatever happens, they can turn it on something, take off the extra security measure or something, and then they can play it offline with no internet. They might know that already, but to you that don't, or that your kids might not know, parents, figure out what you need to do. So that way, when stuff starts getting crazy, they can still play their games offline when there's no internet. I didn't know that there was a feature. I just got a PS5 and I haven't even been able to play it more than 50 times yet. So I'm learning. But that is another option for your kids that are used to being in front of a machine all day. So my son has been downloading games that don't. Okay. Well, however you do it, but they say if you have to turn off another feature because what happens is if the internet goes down, you can't even get in there to sign in. It won't let you sign into your machine. So he was saying something about something. I don't know, but y'all figure it out. My cousins were calling yesterday talking about, I think you were right about the walkie-talkie. Keish, don't play with me, Keish. They did, Keish. You was right about the food and everything else. They did, Keish. Come on, Keish. Come on, Keish. And did. Hello, Dad. I know. Good morning. Hold on, I gotta talk about that. You said the people is starting to see. Mm-hmm. You said we ain't crazy and delusional. You said we already had our walkie-talkies, CB radios, and ham radios, and little track phones that just need a SIM card and stuff on, huh? You said they started to see. You said we already had our portable DVD players because if the internet goes, there won't be no streaming services. Huh? You said we've been studying for 2 years, getting our minds settled on being able to read because it ain't about to be nothing to entertain us and finding new hobbies instead of worrying about running some money because it ain't about to be none. Huh? and stacking up our food and getting our emergency supplies because the CVS's and stuff are closing. And so you told us 2 years ago to start stocking up on medicine and making sure that we could get emergency 90-day. Huh? And you told us the water was going to go bad, so we needed to get water filtration straws and systems that were rechargeable so that we could recharge the water just in case. And then they came out and said that our water was tainted. Thanks, Dad. We love you. Who delusional? I want to apply to every single person. What's the plan? What? So if you're new, I got 2 videos on YouTube called Survival and Survival 2.0. And while trucks are still bringing things here from other countries, you'll want to get on it. While Amazon trucks and all of that is still working, you'll want to get on those things. This is one of the plans. It's a portable water filter. It has 2 things in there, and we got a filter. So if I gotta go get 2 buckets of water from a river or something close to me, I have these so that I can go get water and I can sit part of that down in one and part of it down in another, and I can filter the water that I need to drink for my children. Well, I don't got no kids here, but for y'all that got kids, you can filter a lot of water. And then we have these and this because there's not going to be any bottled water. So we bought these back in 22 that filter 6,000 gallons of water, and they're portable. You can use them all over and everywhere. See? They're portable. Do you see it? You see it, you see it, you see it, you see it. And then we bought these that filter 1,100 gallons of water, which equals out to about 5 or 6 years of drinking water. So when they say that the water is not working the way that it is supposed to, there it is. Each straw filters up to 1,100 gallons of water. The average person drinks 182.5 gallons a year. That's drinks, not uses to wash up or any of those things. And then we have portable showers that we can recharge with our solar generators because there might not be any electricity. So we don't have to worry about waiting for whole pots of water to boil. We can just boil a little bit. But you know what we did do? Because there might not be no gas or electricity, and most houses are running on electricity. We got wood burning stoves and propane stoves and solar stoves. So that way, if there's none of that stuff, we can go ahead and cook with wood. We got tents and all of the like. We got wool blankets and hammocks and, you know, stuff. But we delusional and stuff, you know. You shouldn't listen to the crazy lady who remembers me telling you the crazy people always make it at the end. We gonna be looking at the window like, hell no! Wait, they fighting over the bread. Damn! Told y'all to go get some yeast and flour. Could have made your own. He fighting over the onion. Look at him. Look. They fighting over the pepper. They fighting over the pepper. We just went ahead and started stocking up and stuff. Uh-huh. You said what now? Y'all seen it in the pandemic. Don't act like it's been far-fetched. People was fighting over toilet paper. We got reusable sanitary napkins for our daughters. We got gas masks just in case the air quality ain't all that well. You said who can't go outside? We got the white things so our skin don't burn just in case there's some kind of radiation. We got radiation meters. brand on Amazon. All of that stuff is in my bio, y'all, under the survival list if you want to go. And a lot of it is repeated because when we first started this, they still do it, sell stuff out. So it was repeated. Buy whichever one you want on there. But up in my bio, I think it's either disaster preparedness or survival thing. There's stuff in there that you can go. Solar stoves. Some of it they might not make it anymore, and they put a different version there. So I would just say do that. And then I have two videos on YouTube: Survival and Survival 2.0, CERCA TROVA 22. They're like from August of 22, I think, and then December of 22, going into 23. So August like 31st or 15th. But if you type in Survival 2.0 it on YouTube, CERCA TROVA, it'll come up. So with that, let me ask you a question for the old WOIUers. Just put up two fingers if you're happy that you went ahead and got your stuff. Because now with your cousins and stuff, I told y'all they was going to be calling dinner. Dinner. Hazmat suits. Thank you, Tone. I couldn't remember. Put your twos up. Put your twos up. Put your twos up. Put your two, because it was 22 spiritual light when we came in room 222. Listen here, I told y'all spiritual light. You about to see in the darkness. Who feel like they can see in the darkness right now? In a dark world where folks is walking around asleep. We know what's going on around here, honey. We know what's going on. And do. And in the year of 22, I told y'all, seeking you shall find spiritual light. Who feel like they found that? To those of you that don't know, CERCA TROVA means seek and you shall find. 22 is spiritual light. Seek and you shall find spiritual light. So if you got closer to God since you've been over here, boom. If you started to understand scripture differently and apply it to your life, boom. If you found out you was a horrible parent, horrible spouse, horrible mom, kid, whatever, dad, whatever, brother, friend, then that name, words have power, because CERCA TROVA 22 means seek and you shall find spiritual light. That's what that means. So if you found it over here and you're not walking around in the darkness no more, you understand why. Ain't that crazy? Doing things and thinking things you never did before. Come on. Come on. Might not look like much to the world, but my daddy thinks I'm special. I might not look like much to y'all, but my daddy said, oh, that's the one I want right there. I know she weird. Bring her over here. Your name just means pretty. You can't do nothing with that. You can. You can do a lot. My daughter's name means she is most beautiful, hated by many women, and she's still putting it in. You just got to figure out what it meant, what you're going to use it for. Getting my power over here. Thank you for the light. You're welcome. Thank my dad. I'm just a conduit. I was telling him this morning, thank you. Oh! Hold on. Let me reach out this page from this morning. I'm just a conduit. I need to get water. Hold on. Let me do that too while I'm doing this. Get some agua. I did, what the heck was I about to show y'all? I forgot that quick. What was I about to go get? Dang it. What was I about to go get? I was about to show y'all something and I forgot that fast. Tell me, help me remember, y'all. Shoot. Oh, thank you. No, not coffee. I got my water. My devotional. It's the other way. Thank you. All right. Y'all want a page of the day? Now, what everybody, listen, who believes our dad has a level of pettiness sometimes? Do y'all believe that our dad got a level of pettiness? I do, but that's not why. I do about 30 people job, 25 people job running a company that I run because I don't just do social media. I also started a nonprofit agency, and for the size of it, it should have 25 employees. Plus, I have a normal life. And everybody call me and ask me about their problems and send me emails. So, yeah, sometimes I don't remember. It's okay. Love you. Um, with that. All right. So, our dad can be real petty sometimes. Um, what just happened that freaked everybody out yesterday or the day before? What was we just talking about? Come on. No Facebook and IG, no social media. Hmm. Thank you. I do too. I mean, I do a lot, and it's just me. I don't have assistants and stuff like that. So I'm replying to emails. I'm helping folks pay the bills with the change that's sitting in here. I do a lot of stuff. Last night I was up putting swords up. The swords ain't over there no more. They on the wall. So yeah, and I still ain't fixed my nails or did nothing for me. I've been trying to get to my toes for about a week. So yeah, it just be however this day is gonna go. Okay, here we go. The love letter. Okay, before we do this, let me show y'all this book too, because I know everybody that ain't seen it before. Here we go. Go on and screenshot it, ladies, because you'll want to get this. They have ones for men too. Not this lady, but others. At least I got the swords done, and I still got one more because I can't find the little piece thing. I don't know where I set it down at. Yeah, they not up on the floor because that is dangerous. All them damn swords just laying around. Okay, here we go. All right. Listen is today's love letter. Are y'all listening? Put your listening ears on. Are y'all ready? Ooh-wee. My beloved daughter or son, I am always here for you. I am never too busy to talk to you, my beloved. If you will turn off the things around you that drown out my voice, you will begin to hear me in your spirit. When you don't know where to go, you will hear me give you divine direction. When you are in need of a friend, you will hear me whisper, I am here. When you need comfort, you will hear me call to you, come to me. Don't let the voice of your own uncertainties distract you from my still small voice. Quiet your spirit and know that I am your heavenly Father and you are my precious daughter. And I love when you listen to me, or son. Love your heavenly Father. It says, my sheep listen to my voice, and I know them and they follow me. John 10 and 27. It says, today's decision is starting today. I know my God is always there to listen to what is heavy or just on my heart. I will take time out of my day to talk and spend time with my Father, who yearns to spend time with me. My God is always there to comfort me when I need him. I just need to silence the things around me that drown out my daddy's voice. Now, what y'all think about that? I'm gonna let y'all screenshot it for those of you that don't have a book. Take a picture of this and make it a screensaver at some point in time before you start seeing what he ain't listening to. He said you too busy, not me. You're welcome. He said, I've been waiting on you to come talk to me. Not you. You say you waiting on me. I've been waiting on you. We can't talk about what you want if you won't come talk to me. Some people to get your blood, they like grandma. She don't want you calling her talking about Cash App. Oh, tell him I said thank you, nephew. Um, some people like grandma. You gotta go to grandma's house. She gonna slide you some cash. Some people you gotta sit in their face to get blessings, and there's some blessings from God. Unless you sit in His face, you're not gonna get them. You can call auntie because she the hip auntie. She got Cash App. Grandma, if she say she gonna give you some money, you gotta go over to her house. She's gonna write you a check. Because she gonna go in a little stash and bring out the crispy dollar bills. That's me because I don't have Cash App. Hilarious. Okay, well there we go. You know it. Laugh out loud. That's really the slick money he handshake with grandma. I'm trying to tell you, it's a real thing. I've been struggling all week. Oh, it's okay, y'all. So then that works out. So we've gotten so busy. God said, "Hey, steal your spirit, son." And now remember, I told you I said I'm not about to be on here like that. Who remembers me saying that? Them just being on here. I'm going back to how I was prior to TikTok. I got to start making sure that I'm taking time and just being in my house and listening to music and walking through here talking to God like I used to. Turn your gospel music on or your John Legend or whatever make you think and journal. We probably ain't had a lot of time to sit and journal in depth. It's been a lot going on. Yeah, and y'all do too. My 73 mother. Yeah, no, I get it. But I'm saying I was trying to just prove a point. Like some things you get from God, yeah, you can say, "Oh God, can you hear me?" But some things He wants you to come sit down and talk to Him about it before He give it to you. That's what I mean. And this lash is hit. It's okay, both of them is. I'm gonna take them off here in a minute. I've been binge watching your YouTube. I'm so grateful for you. That's thank you. I'm grateful for you too. But can I tell y'all something? I sometimes I can't think about that. I can't because I know that I used to binge watch certain things, and so it be making me listen here. Ooh, Jesus! Every time y'all say something like that, it make me thank you. Ooh, it just do something to me. Like, so I think it was Miss Ida. Somebody said, "Oh yeah, I got all of them downloaded to a thing for when stuff." Yeah, my nerves be nervy. I be like, wait a minute. I'm grateful for y'all too, and the fact that God allowed me to go through the ugly things that I did, and they bless other people. I am very grateful for it. But sometimes, like, y'all don't know, I'm a very shy person. Very shy. Auntie P saw how shy. She said, "Girl, very, very, very shy." I am. Now, that don't mean I can't be mean as a junkyard dog. Just when I don't know situations, I don't do a lot of talking. You know what I'm saying? Till I fill out the room, and that could be you know, a lot of things. You said you work from home. We know you shop. No, this wasn't my choice, honey. You think with shoes like this, I didn't want to be sitting in the office something? Baby, listen, honey, I got nice slacks and stuff. This was not my choice. I was beaten to submission. It took about 20 years to get me to say, I got all these shoes. I'm supposed to be going somewhere. He said, yeah, to your other room to study. He used to let me wear them in the house. Now I can't even wear them in the house. What you mean? These shoes is almost 20 years old and they still got all of the stuff on them. No, believe me. That part. This was not my idea. I guarantee you it wasn't. Mm-mm. God said, get on in there and sit down. Get on in there and sit down somewhere, baby. I got shoes that ain't even touched the pavement. Honey been waiting to step out, you know. And he said, you'll not do it. Yes, yes, honey. Nah. All right, so let's get over here to Jasher 9. Let's do it. Cause my stomach about to start growling. I can hear it. Jasher 9 on sacred text. So we just we're back where we was yesterday. Some of y'all went ahead and read this or listened to it. That's fine. Yes, baby. But I have been blessed in spite of this. He's always taking care of me, even when I was in the streets. That's why people can't tell me that you only see God when you in church. To be honest with you, I saw more of the miracles of God when I was out in the streets. Like, you got to get me out of here. They about to try to get me. Get me out of here. Let me drive home safely. What's going on around? Like, I saw God in the streets. My prayers, not that my prayers wasn't answered in church, but nah, it was out here. You know, seeing 10 toes down in the pavement where I seen my dad work for me. Get me all up out of here. I need you to help me. Help me. And he did. And I'm grateful for it. That's why when people try to tell me stuff like, oh, God don't work like that, you don't know how God works, because he said his thoughts are not our thoughts and his ways are not our ways. So why would you think that just because you think that, God think that? No, I do know the difference between religion and relationship. Somebody can come and tell me my man said or did something, but if I know my man, I know that's not his character to do so. Hello. Thank you. You hear me? If you know your mama and somebody say that your mama did something, you'll be like, nah. If you would have said she did this, I could believe it. But nah. I already know she's not gonna do that. Okay. So then when people try to tell me what God is, and I've had my own experience with him, and I have a real relationship with him, whether people feel like I look like I do or not, I'm just be like, whatever. Do you, boo? Okay. I'm not coming to get no kids. I done told everybody. I love y'all. I'm not coming to get nobody. Mm-mm. I got the grandkids trying to make me come and get them. No. My son just turned 27 on the 1st. I am taking a break. I've been a mama for almost 3 decades. 3 more years, I'll be a mama for 30 years. No, I don't want no part time. But I love the kids. I love them. But I'm leaving them with their parents. Ooh-wee. I don't want no parts of it. You said I would the other day, though. I totally remember. I wrote it all down. What? Oh, yeah. No, I changed my mind. But that's okay. That's why we have a mind to change. I love the kids, so I ain't gonna get nobody. It's quite, see, ain't nobody knocking on the door talking about, can I come in while I'm pooping or nothing. So I'm fine. I can eat all the food to myself. Whatever I put in there is gonna be in there when I get back. You know, it's a lot going on that I like right now. So now I don't want to do that. Okay, come on. Jasher, chapter. Jasher, chapter 9. That's my most powerful experience with God. Wasn't in church at all. Come on. That part. Come on, y'all. Jasher chapter 9. Come on. So my question to you is, one, I need y'all to write this down. Who are the idols in your family? You said my spleen already. Who are the idols in your family? And remember the question we have? Yes, we on sacred text. Jasher chapter 9. I mean, if you got the book, it might Grand Rising. It might go different. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. So, Jasher chapter 9. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Hello, hello. And the question to you is, who is the idol in your family? And then what is it that is a family tradition that you uphold that God don't approve of? What family tradition do you uphold that God does not approve of? And who is the idol in your family? Because everybody got one. They can't do no wrong, or everybody know they wrong. No, I don't want you to put it down here. I want you to put it on your paper. This is a thinking. You shouldn't already have you got to wait a minute. You got to wait a minute. Most times when I ask a question like that, I want you to just write it down. Good morning, everybody. Okay. Just write it on your paper. On your paper. On your paper. Just hold on. On your paper. No, on your paper. If you got one, or in your notes. Y'all know how to do this now. Come on. This is a question I don't want to answer to right now because you should have to think about it. Every question I ask doesn't always need an answer right away. What traditions in your family do you uphold that God doesn't approve of? Y'all ready? The same one I always do. All right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And Haran, the son of Terah, Abram's oldest brother, took a wife in those days. And Haran was 39 years old when he took her. And the wife of Haran conceived and bare a son, and he called his name Lot. So Abraham's older brother is Lot's daddy. Abraham's older brother, Haran, is Lot's daddy. Okay? Abraham's older brother is Lot's daddy. Now, do you remember whose son slept with him and created a race of giants? I mean, his daughters, excuse me. Lot. Now, Terah, Lot, and Abraham's daddy did magic. Did he or did he not? We just read it yesterday that the magicians and the sorcerers showed up. So Nimrod was like an uncle to Abraham's older brothers, his two older brothers. Nimrod and all of his wise men and all of his sorcerers, right, were uncles to Abraham and Lot. And then later on in life, Lot, his daughters, thinking wasn't going to be nothing, they created two races of giants out of the connection with their dad. Okay? I hope you know we don't acknowledge idiots here. So if you're going to act like you have internet to rest and just type weird stuff, we just ignore you. We act like you a ghost. Somebody there? Hello? Did you hear something? I didn't hear nothing. Now, here we go. All right. Moab and Ammon. The Ammonites and the Moabites. And we know that the Ammonites were a seafaring people. And there's actually seafaring, what you call it? You got 7 wives and no life. Why you ain't cracking somebody back instead of being here, being in my class, being an idiot? You ain't got nothing else better to do. You got 7 wives. I'm sure somebody need to be broke off because it's hard to keep one woman happy. We don't care. Because if I had 7 husbands, I sure wouldn't be trying to get on nobody else's nerve, baby. I'd be busy. But y'all to be having so much, y'all be doing too much. I'm like, yeah. 7 husbands, maybe I definitely wouldn't be trying to be in nobody else's face. I got things to do. What you mean? I be like you said, extremely busy, baby. Not trying to irritate no other woman. Evidently, you ain't keeping them seven happy because you wouldn't have time to talk to me. That meat ain't meeting. That's what's going on. Moving along. Ooh, we okay. Uh, you said the meat ain't meeting. It ain't. Can't be. Uh-uh. All right, moving on. You don't know not to come over here. All right. Thank you, Tay. Yeah, Lot's daughters SA'd him. They did. Lot's daughters SA'd him. Mm-hmm. Listen, AJ, you're supposed to be doing too much. Like, we got things to do. Yeah, we got things to do. They SA'd their daddy. They SA'd their daddy. Thank you, Bruce. All right. Okay. And she conceived again and bare a daughter, and she called her name Milcah or Milcah. And she again conceived and bare a daughter, and she called her name Sarah or Sarai. Hmm. Haran was 42 years old when he begat Sarah, which was in the 10th year of the life of Abram. And in those days, Abram and his mother and nurse went out from the cave, and as the king and his subjects have forgotten the affair of Abram. And when Abram came out of the cave, he went to Noah. When Abram came out of the cave, he went to Noah and his son Shem, and he remained with them to learn the instruction of the Lord and his ways. And no man knew where Abram was. And Abram served Noah and Shem, his son, for a long time. Who knew? That Abraham went and was with Shem and Noah for a very long time. They had to hide him. Very interesting, isn't it? Because that don't be enough. You did know because you've been reading, Auntie. Y'all, it's a lot of drop dead Fred's friends out today. You just ignore them. It's a red one, the blue one. And if you've ever seen Drop Dead Fred, it's a lot of imaginary people in here, and they just be doing weird stuff. Mm-hmm. They act like they got internet Tourette's, and it's the only way they get attention. You saw an orange one in here for sure, Joy. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. He was hiding because Nimrod wanted to kill him. Nimrod wanted to unalive. Nimrod wanted to unalive Abraham. Well, Abram, from the time he was born, and his daddy switched out babies. He took one of his other kids and gave him, and he bashed his head on a newborn, like 2 days old, unalived the baby. And so then they hid Abraham. Well, he was Abram at that time. They hid him until he was 10 or 11, and then he went to go live with Noah and Shem after that and be taught the word of the Lord. Yep, somebody got internet Tourette's because they just keep typing the same thing over and over and over and over. And I'm not making fun of nobody at all. But y'all know when y'all come in here and you just keep on typing the same thing, it makes me think something is wrong with you. Because if you typed it the first 4 times and I don't do nothing about it, that means that I don't give a damn. This ain't church. This school. So when you come in here trying to do whatever, whether it be on the witchcraft tip, I don't care. This is school, not church. Whatever reaction you think you're going to get, you're not going to get it over here. I promise. You just wasting your time. Don't type swipe and find somebody who won't listen to you. Uh-huh. Poor babies. They just, your bus is coming. Dominique. That's the only way you're going to hear it. Dominique, your bus coming, baby. Get your helmet on. And that ain't to nobody that got my nieces and nephews that wear helmets. It's fine. It's okay. But he evidently missed his bus. He missed it. Because I didn't ask you nicely to get out of my class. So either you have a hearing issue or something else that's going on up there. Now, moving on. All right. Say something else, and that means you the creeper van guy. Or the person that'll follow me around in the grocery store. Because if you troll online, you troll in real life. We going to see you on a 48-hour special in a minute. They got shows for you called like Evil Lives Here. Who's that I marry? Come on now. Okay. Can we get back to class? Let's. Here we go. All right. So now that we know that Abraham, before he was Abraham, went to live with Noah and Shem, who remembers what I was on the boat with Noah and Shem? He said, oh my God, I'm at work snickering. You better not get caught. Because I ain't got no jobs to offer nobody. There's that. What was on the boat besides the animals? You said it, Ashley. Tablets and scrolls. All the old knowledge that wasn't covered in mud and terracotta pots and hidden in caves. Knowledge. Scrolls and books. And I probably need to get my glasses on. I do need my glasses on. Ugh. Hold on, family. It might not be on this one. It might be on my other one. But there's scrolls on one of these. Like the book room. Where is it? It might be on my other one. Claws, iron, firewood, mechanical tools, olive oil. I don't think it's on this one. It might be on my other one. And maybe it is, and my eyes just is moving too quickly. But anyway, here is a view of the ark. And one of these on here somewhere got scrolls or books, or it might be on my other one that I have. But one of these examples, you can see this, and there was unicorns on there. You see it? And no, they were not rhinos because the rhinos were right there. Right there. See rhinos. And then you see unicorns. And then they wasn't horses because the horses was right there. You see it? So, and the elks. Uh-huh. Enoch. And a few others talk about unicorns. And they be like, oh, they're mythical creatures. Right. Hmm. It keeps kicking you out. You know how they do around here. One of these. So if it's not this one, it's one of my other books. But it shows that there was. It shows that there was It shows that there was a book library somewhere. But we know this. It was probably wherever they kept all their stuff. But there was a book library there. So there was. Okay, good. I don't know if it's that one or my other book. Yeah, I know we got two timeline charts. Listen, y'all know if y'all ever miss a book, you can go back and watch them to rewatch because it seems like as soon as I put the book up, folks ask, and that's one of my pet peeves. I'm not about to keep running back and getting the book. I held it up so that you could take a picture. It's like you need to have your screenshot fingers ready. Love y'all. Yeah, you can rewatch it on the YouTube because I be picking it like as soon as I put the book down, folks be like, "What book is that?" No, the rewatches are on YouTube every day. If you miss anything, if you want to know my books, that's how you gonna get them. That way. Yes. Okay, here we go. Yes, but I tell you, have a screenshot. Anytime I hold something up, if you think you're gonna want it, you'll need to screenshot it because I would be going back and getting books all day because people coming in and they gonna ask what book and then I can't get to my class. They've been and found it. They knew exactly where it was. Okay, so let's get going. All right. Now I'm gonna have to look and see which one of my things has the book storage on it. But y'all see, I got several different maps. I thought it was in that one. Okay. So, um, all right, 6. And Abram was in Noah's house 39 years. And Abram knew the Lord from 3 years old. Abram knew the Lord from 3 years old. Who else knew the Lord from 3? It's a it's a girl. Mary, Jesus' mama. Excuse me. Look at my class, so smart and stuff. It did. Mary knew she was dedicated to God at 3 years old. And me. And me, Auntie. You said it. It's true. Because I literally started going with my grandma to 3, to the temple, helping her. My grandma was a pastor and did at 3 years old. From 3 to 6, I was with my grandma pretty much every day. I mean, I went home to my parents, but my grandmother took me to school, preschool, and all of that, picked me up, and I was with her, and we did the service of the church. So you're right, me too. It's a true statement. I had to go over to church for 5 o'clock morning prayer with her. I had to go back and close the church back up. I had to go take the money to the bank. We had to go feed the shut in and pray for them. So you're right. I did learn the services at 3, which is crazy. And was speaking in front of in front by 5 for sure. And look what God got me doing today. Same thing. I'm a pre-K and I started. Yeah. And do. Okay, here we go. So it says, and Abram was in Noah's house 39 years, and Abram knew the Lord from 3 years old, and he went in the ways of the Lord until the day of his death. And Noah and his son Shem had taught him, and all the sons of the earth in those days greatly transgressed against the Lord. And they rebelled against him, and they served other gods. And they forgot the Lord who had created them in the earth. And the inhabitants of the earth made unto themselves at that time every man his god, gods of wood and stone, which could neither speak, hear, nor deliver. And the sons of men served them, and they became their gods. Now, what's crazy is that A lot of the stone gods are named after the fallen angels' children who were destroyed in the flood. But the spirits of those beings were still here. Right? Ooh. That was a big old sneeze about to come out. Ooh. Right? So it makes sense why God was mad, because the gods that the people were worshiping used to be the giants, and their spirits were trapped here. So they were whispering in people's ears, telling them how to make this and how to make that. And then they had people praying to the bastards. They had people unaliving children to the people that caused all of the death and unaliving on the earth and all of the evil. The spirits were still here. That's who was whispering in their ears, telling them, make the statue like this and name it this, and this is your God. Well, that was the name of one of the fallen angels' children too that got wiped out in the flood, or the Titan wars, or whatever, the 100,000 giant war and all of that. Right? Okay. So you now understand why God was pissed off. Because they would go and find them old temples that God had dug up, covered in mud and water. And they would go the same thing they're doing now. And got people paying to go into a museum to see statues. You had to give an offering at the door of these temples to go in and see all of them statues. Has anything changed? No. No. Nothing has changed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who remembers the story in the Testament of Job? The whole reason as to why Job went, like, who's new here? We gonna get to this, but who's new? I'm gonna show y'all something, because the Job you read in the Bible don't got nothing on this Job. It's real, real good. And there's a Testament of Abraham too. You might want to read that. So we reading about Abraham right now, but there's a whole book called the Testament of Abraham. It's really good. But I'm gonna show y'all this Job real quick. So the whole reason Job got messed up in the game was because it was some people. Job was a king, and a lot of people don't know that, but Job was a king, and it was some people that was worshiping a statue, and Job prayed right here. Look. See right here. This is Satan. When he gets power over Job, but let's go right here. Real quick. Oh yeah, it's a real good story. So look at this. This is Job's. You can screenshot this. Y'all want to screenshot that for those of you that don't have it, and then I'll put it on this other side too. And then we're gonna go back over here to Jasher, because it's very interesting. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's the girl. That's the school. That's that. They do that over here. See right here. We about to see. This ain't in your Bible. Right here. So who thinks that Job didn't know what was coming for him? No answer, WOIUers. This is for the new people. New people only. Don't. Oh, if you've been here, you know the answer. Don't answer. Don't steal it from them. So, who thinks that Job didn't know what was happening to him? Definitely not in your Bible. Oh, I'm about to bust your head in. You come on in here so I can bust your head in. Yes, yes. They taught us that Job was just so good and he knew God, and that's why this happened to him. And that nigga didn't even know who God was. He didn't even know who God was, did he, y'all? I'm about to show y'all. He didn't even know who God was. Watch this. Oh, yes, bust your head. Let me get Tara. Hey, girl. Because you about to bust some folks' head to the white meat today. Bye, y'all. Come on in. It's going down. All right, look here. Real good. Yes. It says, now I used to be Jobab before the Lord named me Job. Just like we reading about Abram, he ain't Abraham yet. God give you a new name. Thank you, Jesus. When I was called Jobab, I lived quite near a venerated idol's temple. As I constantly saw whole burnt offerings being offered up there, I began reasoning within myself. Is this really the God who made heaven and earth, the sea too, and our very selves? How shall I know? If you know God, you don't got to ask a question that is this statue that everybody is worshiping and pouring out liquor to libations. You don't have to ask if that's the God of everything. He didn't know who God. He says, it's the God that made everything I see. Why is they going down there and worshiping over there? That means he didn't know. Okay, let's go. One night as I was in bed, a loud voice came to me in a very bright light saying, Jobab, Jobab. And I said, yes, here I am. And he said, arise, and I will show you who this is whom you wish to know. This one whose whole burnt offerings they bring and whose drink offerings they pour is not God. Rather, his is the power of the devil, by whom human nature is deceived. Mulan. Now remember when they would go up to the ancestors and the spirit would come out of the ancestors and start talking? That's what was happening here in Job's day. You said, yep, just watched it. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. So what's happening in Job's day, Jobab's day, before he was just known as Job. Here we go. It says, and when I heard these things, I fell on my bed worshiping and saying, my Lord, who came for the salvation of my soul, I beg you, if this is indeed the place of Satan by whom men are deceived, grant me authority to go and purge his place so that I may put an end to the drink offerings being poured for him. Who is there to forbid me since I rule this region? He said, who gonna check me, boo? I'm a king over here. If this ain't God, I don't want them worshiping. I don't care that they is family and they been living around me. No, you can't bring that mess in my house. I rule this region. You hear me? Now look. Ooh-wee. The light answered me and said, you shall be able to purge this place. But I'm going to show you all the things which the Lord charged me to tell you. God be trying to tell you what's coming. You just don't want to hear it because it don't sound like what you think it should sound like. Job already knew every single thing that was going to happen to him before it happened. And it was because he went playing on the devil's playground to tear up what the devil was deceiving people. You said what? You said, I already know when I bust y'all head that the devil coming for me in one way or another. I already know. I'm about to show you. Look. It's real good over here. It's real good. It's real good. And he said, whatever he has charged me, his servant, I will hear and do. This Job. And again he said, thus saith the Lord, if you attempt to purge the place of Satan, hold on. Tell me what purge means. What's the definition? Let's bust that real quick so you can understand what this angel is saying to this dude. What is the definition of purge off of Webster's? What does it say? What's it say? to get rid of, to cleanse, oh, to cut away, to make pure. Okay. So let's go back over here. Here we go. We're going to read that in our terms. And then it said, and again he said, thus saith the Lord, if you attempt to get rid of, cleanse, or an unwanted, to get rid of something, to remove or eliminate Satan, the place where Satan can run wild, he will rise up against you with wrath for battle. You thought you was just going to go and start snatching people out of Satan's hands and he wasn't coming for you? Are y'all serious? That's really what you thought? It's a spiritual warfare, honey. When you went and you took this book to your cousin, to your mama, you started talking to the lady at the store. Yeah, Lucifer coming for you because you over there on his territory snatching people out. Any person that you didn't woke up, you think the devil was happy that you came and got them from him? No. Any person that you started reading in lost books, they not happy. The Lucifer and his team. Come on. Okay, let's go. You about to see, because we're going to go right on back over here to Jasher, and you about to see it again. Look here. Thus saith the Lord, if you attempt to clean up or get rid of the place of Satan, he will rise up against you with wrath for battle. But he will be unable to bring death upon you. He will bring upon you many plagues. He will take away for himself your goods. He will carry off your children. But if you are patient, I will make your name renowned in all the generations of the earth till the consummation of the age. And I will return you again to your goods. And I will return you again to your goods. It will be repaid to you doubly. At 22 and 10. Thank you, Dad. It will be repaid to you doubly, so you may know that the Lord is impartial, rendering good things to each one who obeys. And you shall be raised up in the resurrection, for you will be like a sparring athlete, both enduring pains and winning a crown. Then will you know that the Lord is just, true, strong, and giving strength to his elect ones. Job already knew his kids was going to be unalive. He knew all his homeboys was about to turn on him. He already knew he was going to be sick in his body. He said, I'm still going to do it. And it ain't because I'm going to get double at the end. I want to see what this about over here. So what he do? And I, my little children, replied to him, till death I will endure, and I will not step back at all. After I have been sealed by the angel when he left me, my little children, then having arisen the next night, I took 50 ewes with me, struck out for the temple of the idol, and leveled it to the ground. And so I withdrew into my house, having orders that the doors be secured. Y'all know who was the next person to knock on Job's door? The devil. The devil. Soon as they got back to the crib, the ox was riding through the neighborhood. Like, soon as they got in the house and she hit the lights, nigga, they was creeping by. Lucifer was like, oh, yeah. You hear me? You hear me? No, he didn't sacrifice his kids. He did not. Because he went to go messing on the devil's territory and knocking down that idol, the devil was coming for him because the devil had people food. So soon as they got in the crib and Lucifer figured out what was going on, this nigga came to his house knocking on the door. Look here. Look, it's right here. Listen, my little children, and marvel. Listen, my little children, and marvel. And who loved Marvel? The kids. Moving on. For as soon as I entered into my house and secured my doors and charged my doormen thus, if anyone should seek me today, give no report, but say he has no time, for he is inside, concerned with an urgent matter. He said, if anybody comes to the door for me, tell them I'm busy. This Job. Excuse me. Look here. He said, so while I was inside, Satan knocked at my door. While I was inside, the devil knocked on my door. Satan himself. Having disguised himself as a beggar. Satan disguised himself as a homeless person and came knocking because Job used to give out food. Job used to give out money. Job used to give out clothes. Job used to give out loans. So Satan came looking like a beggar, like a homeless person in a disguise. Your enemy sometimes be knocking on your door. We just read yesterday that Abraham's homeboys, his enemies, was sitting in his house taking pictures with his son like this on the first day that he was born, left out of his house, and the next morning went and said, you need to unalive that little boy. Mr. Truth, can you mind your business? Why is you over here? You upset? It turned you on to see his stomach? That means you don't get none. You do realize I'm in my own house. Don't add them, y'all. I got it. We don't add people. I don't need no. I mean, what you need? If a little stomach turn you on, boy, I don't know what you be doing when you be walking to the grocery store. These girls be having their ass out. Because this ain't church, it's school. You wear half tops at school, don't you? You was in the 70s. You might have had a half top on yourself. With those little bell bottoms on. You was walking down, yeah. Let me quit messing with people looking like Cheryl. Huh? Hello. They don't know not to come over here. I'm trying to tell you. That's the 66er, you know, because the first thing that they say is, can you put some clothes on? But your heart is dirty. You led away by your own lust. Ain't got nothing to do with me, honey, because I can see a full-grown naked man. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And if a stomach is turning you on, you need something to do. But God said, don't look at the outward appearance. Check the spirit and what they saying. And you just showed me that you're a judgmental person. Because you don't know me. You ain't heard nothing I said. All you saw was put some clothes on. You ain't heard none of this word. It's offending you. I know you a male. Because every time y'all see these books and see me teaching, the first thing y'all want to do is say something about my stomach. But see, I'm special ops. You the jarheads that be running through here. Just making a lot of noise, but I'm special ops, so I can get into places that y'all regular church people can't. So I'm gonna need you to get out of my class. Going on now, because I can go in a trap and in a strip club and pull some souls out. They gonna see you at the door and turn you away. So you can't really fish no souls for Christ, but I can. That's why we got 6-year-old babies in here talking about they gonna be good all the way up to 80-year-old saints that ain't never heard nothing that's changing their life. You'll want to go away. My daddy didn't come dressed like y'all. He came dressed like the other folks so he could fit in. Y'all was these people right here. With your big Christian hats on and stuff. You see? Everybody got to know you a Christian by the way you dress because y'all acting. Because actors wear costumes. You know what I'm saying? But my daddy, he had on the Jesus 100s. No gold, no silver, no big pins and hats. and big knot ties and stuff. Yeah. He hung out with the drunks and the hoes and stuff. So you move on. Thank you. We see y'all Pharisees and Sadducees coming in here all the time. And you tell on yourself because y'all all come in here and say word for word the same thing, which means you've been trained. Now, here we go. Moving on. Moving on. Aww. They think that's going to do something when they say that. You just show your true colors, honey. See, excuse me. Why would I debate the word? That makes no sense. I don't have to debate anything I already know. Didn't I tell y'all you want to debate? Because didn't I tell? Oh, y'all seeing it? What I tell y'all about the men's? It do something to them every time. I'm going to go blow my nose. Hold on. I'm going to let you look at them books, sir. If you want to debate, and that ain't all of, let me show you over there. And over there, and there's some behind here and on the floor. Because I know it intimidates y'all because I'm pretty and I'm smart. It's good. I know. Sorry for you. You want to argue. I ain't arguing with you. You want to. What? No. That's why we don't add folks. You see, said I want to debate, you want to argue. I don't have to argue what I already know. You mad. They always be mad. Listen here. I've been dealing with this for a long time. I told you a lot of these people don't know that I didn't taught some of their bishops that they got since I was young. I've been teaching the teachers. Many pastors and bishops all across this country, way before TikTok, used to come and call my phone. They don't know who I know. And see, that's why they come in here doing that. But they don't know some of the lessons they didn't heard that's so powerful. CERCA done had me talking to y'all pastors and stuff, what you don't know. I've been teaching teachers a long time, honey. It's pastors in here, what you don't know. That done flip their whole church and actually helping people now, not just taking their money and giving them McDonald's food that's going to make them sick. Mm-hmm. You hear me? So, yeah. The church folks, those are 60. This is 66ers Anonymous, if you didn't know. If you've been taught that the 66 books is all there is, and if you read outside of it, you're going to hell, this is 66ers Anonymous. Or Cults Anonymous. Because that's what it be. Okay? Here you got free learning. Here you can actually get a relationship with God and not just religion. And it'd be hard for people that have only been in what's his name up there in Utah, you know what I'm saying? They don't know nothing else, so then they just think that this is how the world revolves, but you know, it's other things out there. Mm-hmm. There we go. Listen here. This is why the Bible said that they pastors have refused to learn and he's rejected them as being his pastors because they ain't moving and them is the main ones that tell you don't read outside. So then the word that they be trying to preach to you, they don't even live it. Or excuse me, actually they are living what God said they would do. Because let me ask you a question. Has any of the things that we've learned here helped your life? Y'all don't reply to him. I didn't even know he was still in here. Don't even do it. Y'all know how the ghosts do. They be sleep breath. You just move that. Don't be worried about it. Just they go. They go away after a while. The Bible says if you resist the devil, he'll flee. Because anybody that's trying to interrupt the word of God, I know just because it ain't got no collar on, you can't tell me that you got God's spirit, and I'm literally reading the word of God, and you keep trying to interrupt it. I know how to test the spirit by the spirit, and I know you intimidated by all these books, and I know you intimidated because I know that you don't. Should have got in God's face instead of trying to please the pastor, honey. We're not. We come from the same cloth. I didn't care about pastors. I've been busting pastors out since I was 10. You want the recognition. I could care less. I'm looking for souls, honey. We are not the same. I humbled myself in front of God, and He showed me mysteries. Do that, and then you'll get some. Now, moving on. Folks be wanting me to humble myself in front of them. I'm not ever going to humble myself to a man. Ever. And what I mean by that is, ain't no pastor that's going to get more reverence than God for me. Now, y'all will do what the pastor tell you to do and don't do what God tell you to do. I chose the other route. So then He let me do all this good stuff. I got back behind me. Moving on. Here we go. So it says, and he said to the doormaid, tell Job I wish to meet him. When the doormaid came and told me these things, she heard me say to report that I had no time just now. And when he heard that, Satan departed and put a yoke on his shoulders. And when he arrived, he put a fake burden. How many people then came around and told you, ooh, I got something going on, I need your money, and then you see them on the internet online out of town with your money? They put a fake burden on their shoulder so that they could get what they needed from you. A fake bill, a fake car payment, a fake whatever. When my kids need some groceries. Oh, Lucifer, come knocking at your door with a fake story, baby, all day long, honey. There's nothing new with that. It's nothing new. He planning to siphon everything out your life that he can get. You better watch out. Trying to tell you, look, it happened right here. You don't want to get these books. Well, fine. Stay over there to 66. We don't care. That's why you keep failing your test. Moving on. When he heard that, Satan departed and put a yoke on his shoulders. And when he arrived, he spoke to the doormaid, saying, say to Job, give me a loaf of bread from your hand so that I may eat. So I gave a burnt loaf of bread to the girl to give to him and said to him, expect to eat my loaves no longer, for you are estranged from me. Job gave this nigga a burnt bread. He said, get away from my door. Yes, I have. It's back there. Expect to eat from my, he said, then the doormaid, ashamed to give the burnt and ashen loaf of bread, for she did not know he was Satan, took the good loaf of her own and gave it to him. And when he received it and knew what had occurred, Lucifer, he said to the girl, off with you, evil servant. Bring the loaf of bread given to you to be given to me. And the girl wept with deep grief, saying, truly you will say I'm an evil servant. For if I were not, I would have done just as it was assigned to me by my master. And when she returned, she brought him the burnt loaf of bread, saying to him, thus says my Lord, you shall no longer eat from my loaves at all, for I have been estranged from you. Yet I have given you this loaf of bread in order that I may not be accused of providing nothing to a begging enemy. Did y'all get that? Lucifer, Job said, you can't say I didn't give you nothing. Take this burnt bread and hella get away from my door. Shoo. Right? So you won't be able to say I didn't give you nothing. I gave you some burnt bread, but I already know you my enemy. No, I'm not giving you no bread to strengthen you, so you're going to come after me and ain't. Okay? And he knew it was the devil. What are you? Discernment. The Bible says test the spirit by the spirit, like that man that just came here knocking in the door telling me to put my clothes on. Then he said he wanted to debate. You want to argue. That ain't the spirit of the Lord. God didn't argue with the Pharisees and the Sadducees. He said what he had to say and kept it moving, chopped them in their throat and kept on going. Try the spirit by the spirit. But as you can see, fake Christians and stuff is always putting on costumes like Lucifer, pretending to be something that they ain't. I be trying to tell y'all. They tell me I don't act like a Christian because I'm not acting. It's a real relationship. You're right, I don't act like a Christian because I'm not acting. I don't dress like a Christian because this ain't a costume to hide who I really am, a dark person. Some people got to put all that on and make you think they saved when really they be the most devious people. You mean like Lucifer came acting like a beggar and really he was the devil himself? Never mind. Moving on. Okay. Listen. Yeah. Page 842. Okay. So it says, when he heard that, we did that already. Okay. All right. I may not be accused of providing nothing to a begging enemy. When he heard these things, Satan sent the girl back to me saying, as this loaf of bread is wholly burnt, so shall I do to your body also. For within the hour I will depart and devastate you. And I replied to him, do what you will. Where do we know that statement from? Aleister Crowley, Beyonce's husband. It's on his shirts and clothes, and on his album cover, "Do What Thou Wilt." Beyonce's husband. Moving on. Okay. And this is in reference to Job saying it to Satan, do what you gonna do. All right. He says, do what you will. For if you intend to bring me anything on me, I am prepared to undergo whatever you inflict. And after he withdrew from me, when he had gone out from under the firmament, when he had gone out from under the firmament, he implored the Lord that he might receive authority over my goods. And then, when he had received the authority, he came and took away all my wealth. So Lucifer had to fly up to heaven and said, he said I can do what I want to do. What you gonna say? And this is where your KJV picks up. Y'all realize that? That's the KJV story right there. That's where your KJV picks up, but it leaves out all this other stuff. It just says Job was a just man and blah, blah, blah. But it leaves out why Satan was attacking him. And the fact that Satan, well, it says that he had to go up and ask God, and he did. Because Satan can't do nothing unless he asks God first. That's why with folks worshiping Satan, you look crazy. Because he still got to ask permission. Yeah. I like that head nigga. I don't want the peons. I mean, you know. He got to ask if he can do something, and my daddy just do it. I'd rather be over here. Jobab. Y'all know this is information y'all can look up. That's seeking you shall find stuff. That's the seeking you shall find. I need coffee, and I ain't made one. We've been on here 98 minutes. Well, it just might not say it in there, but God has power over everything. Just because it's not written right there, don't mean it didn't happen. There's plenty of stuff you did that ain't written down, but it's happened. You know, you hear me? Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So with that, now that we know that Job went knocking down, right. Now that we know that Job went knocking down statues, let's get back over here to Jasher chapter 9, please. And we just gonna run through here real quick, and I want to show y'all something. And I gotta get off and get myself together. I just wanted to do this morning class because folks be saying they was looking for me. So, all right. When I say my stomach is about to growl real, real loud. Hold on 1 second. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. All right. So we were at what, 7? Yeah, 7. All right, so we back on Jasher chapter 9. No, I'm not here every day at the same time. But if you want to watch, we got over 900 classes on YouTube under the live tab at CERCA TROVA 22. So if you feel like you're behind or you want to know more, you can watch at your own leisure, own schedule. We got over 900 classes on YouTube, and we go through all of these books, and the classes are extensive, and we have a good time. So you can go there. We have some of our older classes we used to do Zoom, but it'd be a lot because it'd be people in there talking crazy, and I can't deal with that all the time. So there's that. But let's get to this real quick. So as we can see, Job did not know God, but he signed up for something, not really understanding, but kind of he did, right? And so, and the kings and all his servants and Terah with all his household were then the first of those who served gods of wood and stone. Terah with all his household. So Nimrod, all his homeboys, and Terah, Noah's daddy, were all of the first people that started serving idol gods. Now, how do we know that? Because what worship did Nimrod create? Nimrod and his mama. Baal worship. Balenciaga worship. Balenciaga worship was created by Nimrod. And so then Abraham's daddy was homeboys with Nimrod. They was like best friends. They chilled together. They was together. Right, I'm so confused on that. And I heard Abraham and Ishmael the Kaaba. What's the Kaaba? Okay, so who remembers me telling y'all there's information that I have here that I'm aware of it, but I do not use it? Oh, okay. Right? So I keep trying to. Oh, okay. The cobblestone and makeup. I wouldn't be surprised. So with that, they probably did because Seth and Adam built some of the first obelisk and stuff of all of that. Y'all got to think there's a lot of stuff. Like when you get in here, you start reading that when they said they made an altar and they inscribed on the rock. That's what it was talking about. All the obelisk and all of that stuff that they find, and they found these ancient writings in the rocks, these massive rocks. Well, how did they put them there? A lot of these people was giants and stuff. So supernatural beings. Okay, so let's get through here because my stomach is about to be growling. What's very upsetting? Y'all do realize that every single person that was born out of Adam and Eve they was born a sinner, right? And so these people had real lives. Everybody they did. It wasn't supposed to be an idol. No, listen. God had Abraham them subscribe stuff on a rock. Men were just reading about that. Men started to worship those things. Constantly, God told them, write this on the rock, do this so that the people coming after you can know. Yeah. Yeah. No. And then men start to worship things that they shouldn't worship. Men make things into deities and all of that. God be leaving it so you can have a clue of what not to do. And folks get the being weird. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. And it says all the kings and all his servants and Terah with all his household were the first of those that served gods of wood and stone. And Terah had 12 gods of large size. Terah had 12 gods of large size. What does it look like when you go into a mythological, a Greek mythological, or if you go into all those old temples and they got them big statues and people look like this big? And you remember I told y'all that the gods that they worship were the people that lived before the flood and stuff? You hear me? Okay. And the spirits of the fallen angels, their children, were trapped here. Is there proof of what? Have you never been to a museum? Yep. Is there proof of the White House? Ain't there some big pillars and stuff in there? You ain't never been to a museum and seen big ass statues in them? That's the proof. It's still happening right now. They got statues of Martin Luther King that are bigger than a normal person. All right. And Terah had 12 gods of large size made of wood and of stone, like Buddha. And after the 12 months of the year, and he served each one monthly. And every month Terah would bring his meat offering and drink offerings to his God. Thus did Terah all the days. So when people go pray at a mass and they are praying to statues of Mary or Buddha, even Jesus, you're not supposed to do it. They're made of stone and wood and other marbles and rocks. Right? Right? Right. Okay. And there's a saint for everything. Okay, you pray to the saint, not to God. You pray to the saint and not to God. Okay? Okay. They was some angel worship. They pray to an angel. I don't pray to angels and I don't pray to statues. I pray to God and He calls the angels to do. God commands them to do what they're supposed to do. You hear me? I don't pray to no angel for nothing. I don't ask no angel for no help. I ask God to send angels to help me. I don't go to the underboss. I go to the boss. A lot of folks be so serving the underboss and taking the underboss words instead of going straight to the source. So I like, I like the head nigga. So then that ain't gonna work for me. You gotta ask if you can unalive somebody. He just gonna do it. It's the difference. He can just move. You gotta ask if you can move. That ain't my kind. Listen, I want that one that don't gotta ask nobody. Nothing. He move when he wants to. Whatever he's called. That's the one I want. And folks be serving the folks that ain't got no pool and still gotta ask. No, thank you. I'd rather not. Hmm. So All right, it says, and all that generation were wicked in the sight of the Lord. And they thus made every man his God, but they forsook the Lord who had created them. And there was not a man found in those days in the whole earth who knew the Lord, for they served each man his own God, except Noah and his household. And all those who were under his counsel knew the Lord in those days. And Abram, the son of Terah, was waxing great in those days in the house of Noah. And no man knew it, and the Lord was with him. And the Lord gave Abraham an understanding heart, and he knew all the works of that generation were vain, and that all their gods were vain and were of no avail. And Abram saw the sun shining upon the earth, and Abram said unto himself, surely now this sun that shines upon the earth is God, and him I will serve. And Abraham served the sun in that day, and he prayed to him. And when evening came to the sun, came the sunset as usual. And Abraham said within himself, surely this cannot be God. And Abraham still continued to speak within himself, who is he who made the heavens and the earth? Who created upon earth? Where is he? And night darkened over him, and he lifted up his eyes towards the west, the north, the south, and the east. And he saw that the sun had vanished from the earth, and they became dark. And Abram saw that the stars and moon saw the stars and moon before him, and he said, surely this is the God who created the whole earth as well as man. And behold, these his servants are gods around him. And Abraham served the moon and prayed to it all night. And in the morning, when it was light and the sun shone upon the earth as usual, Abram saw all the things that the Lord God had made upon earth. And Abraham said to him unto himself, surely these are not gods that made the earth and all mankind, but these are the servants of God. And Abraham remained in the house of Noah, and there knew the Lord and his ways. And he served the Lord all his days of his life, and all the generation forgot the Lord and served other gods of wood and stone and rebelled in their days. Oh, I didn't even know y'all had pies. Sorry. Y'all missed all of that. So basically, you're getting to see that Abraham and Job and others, they were taught the Bible, but they didn't have a relationship. They were taught the lessons of God, but they still didn't have no relationship. They still didn't have no relationship with God. So they started asking questions. And as soon as they started asking questions, God said, yeah, no, that's not me. Because the men of that day were telling people to worship the sun god and the moon god and the stars. Like the church folks do now. They have been taught the word, but they still didn't know God. They didn't have a relationship with God. And this is why on the last day, God said, go away from me, you worker of iniquity. I never knew you. Because you never knew him. You hear me? You said Job was righteous. Job didn't even know who God was at first. We just read it. You might have missed that part of the class. You can go catch it. We just read the testament of Job, not Job out of the Bible. The real story where they got the rest of it so you can learn all his kids' names and what happened to him. And that his brother was Nereus, the mythological god, the snake dude, the half fish, half man. Yeah, it's in there too. Because they lived in the days when the giants were roaming upon the earth and the monsters and the centaurs and all of that. They was alive during that time. Narnia. Uh-huh. So with that, you could go to church your whole life and still not know God. And that's what was going on. These people were taught by Abraham and Noah and Moses and all of these folks, and they still didn't understand until they had their experience with God and he opened up their eyes to them. You can hear the word all day, but if God don't open up your understanding, you still gonna be questioning, is this God? Is this God? Is that God? Blah, 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 because you was just taught. but you haven't studied for yourself to understand, so that God can speak directly to you. And if you see, when they started asking questions, God came and said, no, that's not me. I know it looks like, and they told you that that's what God and religion and church and stuff look like, but I ain't in none of that. I'm over here. And as soon as they heard God's voice, the devil started coming for them. Y'all remember when I told y'all the reason that a lot of church folks got perfect lives because they ain't living nothing? The devil don't got to fight his own people, and they in synagogues of Satan. But as you can see in the two stories we just read, as soon as God put his anointing on a person, or as soon as they started asking questions and they was really about to tear up the devil's kingdom, that's when Lucifer had something to do with him. Before then, he ain't had no reason to fight you because you on his team. He ain't got no reason to bother you because you working for him. He ain't gonna mess up his own money. Yes, because they worship their pastors and their bishops and religion more than they listen to the Spirit of God. The Bible talks about it. He talks about the 7 churches and they done left their first love, and he talks about the pastors that like they prostitutes and be paying them and taking the church money, and they live on the sin offerings and all of that, and they don't teach the people what they need to know so that their souls can get right. Of course, yeah, all of it. You said it. Do I believe in a Savior? Yes. It's the reason Jesus went in there flipping them tables and did. That's the only place you saw my daddy act up. Nowhere else. He used to be kicking it with the thugs and stuff, chilling. He going to church and looking, boo, swat, swat. Y'all done turned my house into a stove. Swat. He was in there cutting up. Yeah, you see him at the party. He done made wine. He was chilling with the hoes. He didn't do nothing. He go in the church, nigga, kicking over tables and moving stuff around. You hear me? Tow it up. You don't see him doing that nowhere else. Only in the church. You hear me? No. Y'all, listen to me. They do be having selective hearing, and sometimes it be irritating my hoe. So this is not church. Do you hear me? And a lot of stuff I'm not going to explain. If you want to know, go back to the other classes. You can just go back and watch, so that way y'all can catch up. Because it's some questions I ain't trying to be funny. I'm not going to answer. It's pointless. This is 66ers Anonymous, Religion Anonymous. So if you only been in religion, I don't care what religion that is, we just over here learning. We don't just read the Bible. We read everything, as you can see. There's magic books over there. Do we read them to do magic? No. I read them so that I can show you you've been doing magic and you didn't even know you was doing it. And your kids, they be feeding your kids. You hear me? Yeah, they be rushing wind all the time, driving me crazy. That's why I'm about to go eat before I get hangry. I've been on here 2 hours. I'm gonna give y'all 2 more minutes, then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go finish my nails and come back. Church is full of hoodoo and voodoo. Baby, do you know where magic came from? Do you even know where magic came from? In the 7th generation from Adam. In the 7th generation from Adam, in your Genesis 6, you'll see there is magic in heaven. It became witchcraft when men started to use it because he knew trifling niggas was going to use it to put love spells on people, use it to curse people. It was one of the secrets of heaven that the fallen taught women as to why we curse now in a lot of areas and we have to have pain and stuff because we was the first witches. So if you want to take on forbidden knowledge, do that. Because the angels can't create nothing. They can only take what God already made and use it. And so what was made in heaven and was supposed to stay in heaven became an evil thing. Because most times anything man touch, he corrupted. And you know what? The word is more powerful than anything. So yes, Satan can't create nothing. So he can only use what his daddy made to do it. That's why there's scriptures in spells. Because he can only use what his daddy made. He don't make nothing. So you're right. The word of God works whether you use it for bad or good, honey. Just like you can sing in the church or you can sing in the club. You ain't telling me nothing. Lucifer, when he made his Bible, had to take God's words and then replace it. He be the what you call it. He be copy. What is it? He steals intellectual property. You ain't telling me nothing. He's a copycatter. Like I said, keep serving the underboss. My daddy make the calls, honey. Do what you do. Plagiarism. Thank you. He want to be where God is. So then he can only, I've had people do me like this. They take my whole life and start saying it's theirs. I didn't see the spirit of the enemy. They allowed out, they didn't have my experiences and everything. And then forget they talking to me and be telling me my life. And then they be like, oh yeah, you done told the lie so good, you forgot you telling it to me. Counterfeit, exactly. You ain't telling me nothing. You're not telling me anything. Now, what was you saying? Devil didn't create nothing, so we gotta use what God made. He's not a creator, he's a created. Yeah. Smarty pants. Smarty pants. All right, let me go. Because the weirdos is out. They think they be saying something. It's a whole bunch of, yeah, because your God is he's a copyright infringement person. He's an intellectual property stealer, so it would be. If you serving a knockoff God. I mean, he said, I'll exalt mine. I'm going to get the worship you going to get. I'm going to have people praying to me. I'm going to have people worshiping me. I'm going to be better than you. I'm going to take your word, and I'm going to do, and I'm going to. And that's the nigga y'all want to serve? Well, go right ahead. Oh, man. Hilarious. It's funny. He a crybaby for real. What you mean? Love y'all.